Hi, Cindy Griff from beautiful Souk BC, Canada. It's time to sit back, grab a bevy, and get ready for lots of laughs with your charming hosts, Steve Benz and Eric Black, starring in The Know Nothing Show, coming up next on WSDI Radio. Take it away, fellas.
Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This is the Know Nothing Show with Steve and Eric.
Another live show. 2 locations, 2 dudes, 2 scoops of delicious radio. What do we got on tap? Joey Lawrence. Whoa. Alabama. Christmas gifts, cell phones, bitcoins, and so much more. You just never know what we're going to be talking about. My name is Steve Benz. He is Eric Black. This is the Know Nothing Show. Hello, Eric.
Oh, Steve Benz, how are you, buddy? You doing okay?
I'm hanging in there. The underwear's a little tight, but hey, it's okay. It's been warm out, so.
Right. I gave that up for Lent. I don't wear underwear anymore for Lent. So
it's Christmas time. We give up the jingle balls.
We just let it all hang out. It's holiday season.
It is weird. Does it feel like Christmas to you? Although we had a little dusting of snow here, it does not feel like Christmas this year at all.
No, and here's the thing. I keep saying that every single year. I'm like, how can it be Christmas already? We just celebrated it 20 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. And we don't really get a whole lot of snow here. If we do, people freak out because apparently we're just that far enough south where people have no idea how to drive with precipitation. So yeah, it's kind of weird. This is even more weird. This is the first year in probably 5 years I'm actually ready. All the presents are bought. All of the food is prepared. Like, I know what I'm going to be doing. I know what I'm going to be cooking. I know where I'm going to be. I know what I'm going to be doing. I have not had this in 5 years. It's weird. I don't know if I like it.
I will be ready the weekend before.
Oh, nice. Good.
There's something about shopping on the 23rd or 24th. Okay. Because there's no longer any discussion of, well, let me think about it. I'm not sure. Could I find something better? It's no, let's just pay for it. And can you wrap it before I go? That's how it works with me.
You just like the worst possible customer service experience known to man, because that's about when that is, because they just got done with Black Friday crap. They got the whole Christmas rush after that. And right. Now they're just like, I'm done with this. I don't want to be here anymore. So you like having that whole situation where, oh, you're a dick to me. Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I have to be, because I've been a dick all year long. So it's that final weekend. My dickness comes out.
Wow. Okay. After our show is when that comes out.
And if you were listening beforehand, we had the before show, the during, and now the after. So depending on what time you tuned in.
That's right.
It's good. Yeah, Christmas, weird. As someone asks me all the time, man, Christmas comes sooner every year. No, it's still the 25th of December every year. It doesn't change.
No.
Okay. It doesn't jump. It's not like Easter or Veterans Day. It doesn't keep changing. It's the same freaking day every year. Every single year. And this year, I'm hosting Christmas for my family.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So there'll be a lot of drunk Benzes
right
in the house.
Yeah.
There will be alcohol flying, and the second that they walk in, they will be buzzed.
Nice. So it's kind of like your porch would be kind of like the waiting line to where you can still get drinks. You can't come to the main event yet. So you're getting them all drunk and getting them all loosey-goosey, if you will, so maybe you can actually put up at them once they come through that threshold. Is that what I'm...
That's really what it is, because I'm not really tolerant of family.
Right.
That's why I like to host a party, because, one, I keep busy with the food, and two, I get to say it's time for you to leave.
Get out. Yeah.
I've had enough of you and you talking.
Yeah.
So it's time to go.
Now I have a 2-year-old, and I actually have another one on the way, apparently, somewhere in the world. But so I'm training my 2-year-old to kind of be me when I'm not available. In other words, if I can't tell someone, hey, you know what? Here's the thing. Get out. I have trained Scar. Look, if I'm not in the room, if I'm nowhere to be seen and things need to happen, please make them happen. And she's more than happy to make things happen. Get out. Go. She said, go. She'll tell them to get out. I love it. It's great. And they do.
I think you and I were supposed to exchange gifts, but you're not worth it. So I'm just telling you now. Okay.
Right. The thing about that is, which it really works out in probably your favor, because whatever you would have sent me, I would have just rewrapped it and sent it back to you.
Right.
So
I think we've been doing that for, we've known each other for 10 years now, I think. Is it 10 years? Something like that?
Man. Yeah. Almost 11. Yeah, almost 11.
So I think we've been sending each other the same gift card from Blockbuster.
Yeah, there might not even actually be anything left on it, because I know after a while they start siphoning off, $2 at a time. So we may just be mailing a blank gift card back and forth. But you know what? It's the thought that counts.
That's right, especially when I send it postage due. So that's love. That's love.
Right. That's right. All the love.
All this other stuff, I don't know about shopping in malls. There's nothing in malls anymore. It's just women's clothes.
Right.
You having a 2-year-old, that's kind of fun. You get to go into Toys R Us, Kids R Us, or whatever it is. So at least until they get old enough where they say to you, Dad, get me this, or I'm going to make a scene.
Right. So that part transfers from myself to my child, because apparently there cannot be more than one person saying that at any given time. So I gave that up. I said, all right, fine. We'll let the freaking baby have it. She's being a little baby anyway, so let her freaking deal with it. But no, I think it's good. I think there's a lot of good stuff that will be happening. I don't understand why people still go to malls. All my shopping has been done on. I don't step inside of a mall unless there is some sort of pretzel emergency.
That's true.
Beyond that, I don't care about a mall at all.
And you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't care about any of that. It's just no fun anymore. It used to be fun. And it gets weird when you sit on Santa's lap.
For Santa, because I don't generally wear pants. So
there's nothing wrong with that. And when he goes, ho, 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 what a fine tree that is, it gets weird.
A little. Yeah, a little bit.
But it's all right. Christmas as a kid, I grew up in a big family, so there was a lot of things like, thanks, Mom, for not getting that gift that I put on my list that you gave to my brother. Okay. The name is Steve. That was Steve's list. Or in our case of growing up, here is you're not getting this Christmas list.
Right.
Okay? You're not getting anything on it.
Right.
So
Right.
make it long. Fill both sides of the page, because you're not getting anything on the list. Thanks, Mom. Thank you
for that. That's amazing. You've been bad. Well, yeah, but so have you. So that means you're not getting anything either, Mom. So stop being a dick.
Yeah.
Load me up.
One of those. Steven, you look like you could use a microscope. Mom, what would make you think that I look like a scientist?
Yeah, how does that... I don't know.
Look at me. Do I look like I know anything about science?
Yeah.
But thanks for the underwear, Mom. Thank you.
Yeah.
Size too small. Or is that a statement?
Now, here's the thing, though. There was a brief moment, when you're a kid, you're like, great, clothes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then there's, you got your teens and then 20s, but then you get into late 20s, early 30s, and you're like, where the freaking clothes at? Where are those at right now? I need some more of those.
That's what I need.
Give me that stuff again.
Right. I don't need any more Starbucks cards, okay?
Mm-mm.
I've got enough of that.
Right.
I do not need a box of 100 K-Cups,
no.
okay?
No,
That,
no. I just need some freaking underwear. Just send those.
you
Give me some-
know, FTLs, baby. Bring them in a variety of color. I could use those.
bring it on.
And if you got them with the no nothing on the back, that'd be awesome.
Brilliant.
Or maybe no nothing up front. Not really sure what that means.
Well,
But the gifts, the Christmas gifts, getting a little too expensive for my taste now. I am unwilling to spend a certain amount of money on people. Like you kind of say, well, like a grab bag. I was part of a Secret Santa grab bag. So get this. First of all, I don't know how I got part of it. It's here in the building. So they go, oh, Secret Santa, bring a, one of stockings and fill it up. Don't spend more than $25, whatever. I'm like,
$25.
all right, I'll join in because I didn't have a choice. They're like, well, you're in, right? So half the people either put in $25 gift cards and that's it. Okay.
Right.
Others put a bottle of scotch or something in there. So I'm going, yeah, but those three are alcoholics. So that's real smart.
And a 25 bottle. No, you don't want to drink that.
And then I went to a dollar store and I bought every stupid thing you could think of. Silly putty, a compass. And I just jammed all that crap in there.
Right.
And I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to be funny. That was the one that was the biggest hit. They're like, oh my God, this stuff is so cool. Where'd you get Zazzles from, man? Like,
I went to the store. Very easy to get. I know a guy.
And then on top of it, what completely threw me off was you had the ability to swap stockings with someone else.
Right.
So I thought, how dumb is that? So you see something that you really want, and you go, I really want what you got. I'm going to take that. It's like, don't hurt my feelings or anything.
Right.
So, okay.
Right.
For me, I just took whatever's there. I'm like, I don't care. I emptied it, and I'm just like, all this stuff is really stupid. So great for thinking. Appreciate you thinking about Christmas. Okay.
Oh man. Hey,
because scotch for alcoholics. That's some real thinking.
Great. Put it in a flask so they can drink it on the go. So speaking of malls and buying gifts for people that you really don't care about, I was in the mall the other day and I was walking around, and this was because this just happened to be at the mall. So I'm looking at the clothes, I'm looking at all this stuff. There's a trend right now, it's been forever, but ugly sweaters, right? The ugly sweater Christmas party, whatever you want to call it. They're selling brand new ugly sweaters for like $80. I'm like, I'm going to go to Goodwill like everybody should, and I'm going to buy something from 25 years ago. That's what I'm going to do, because that's what it's all about. That's what Christmas is all about. It's all about going to Goodwill and buying other people's crap. That's what it's all about. I couldn't believe that.
Or just going to your mom's house and going in your old closet.
Yeah, pretty much now. Yeah, that seems fair.
I think that would be okay to do that.
But $80 for an ugly sweater they're gonna wear once? Come on.
I have a feeling that we're missing something with that.
I guess.
You and I could make custom-made ugly-ass sweaters and sell these sweaters.
Right.
No, nothing customized sweaters for $90.
We could. And then we could autograph them and add on another $10.
I like that. And then shipping of $30.
Yeah.
Because shipping is expensive.
Mm-hmm. But there's also a processing fee. I think that's like $5 or $6. So
right.
For $700, you can get an ugly sweater from Know Nothing. I think it's a good deal. Merry Christmas, everybody.
We do take PayPal. I am just saying.
Yeah. Go ahead and attach your credit card first, and then give us your login credentials, and we would be more than happy to accept that as a payment.
I think that is the easy way to go. I think we're letting people off kind of easy getting gifts from us.
Right.
I just can't live in a mall. It's just not bad. I just want pretzels.
Yeah.
And when I was in Los Angeles, I wanted that fresh lemonade.
Ooh.
I don't. Do you remember the store where the girls wear the big high hats
Yep.
and they're crunching the lemonade and they're just bouncing on it, and every teenage boy and every guy in the mall is just watching?
Yeah. Yeah. I had my own table. Yep. It was good.
Or there were tips. There were a lot of Christmas tips
Yeah.
on all of that. So,
Yeah.
what the heck was the name of that place? Do you remember?
I wasn't focused on the name. I don't remember.
I'm sure anybody listening from Los Angeles will know what we're talking about. But then again, Los Angeles is burning. Okay.
It's on fire, and it's heat.
And we won't talk about that. But Christmas, I would think Christmas in Los Angeles and Christmas back here in Chicago, much like you, very different.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, where in Los Angeles, I still bought a Christmas tree, which
Yep.
was weird.
Yep. Going out in your shorts and a tank top, getting a Christmas tree. Now, I was there for 2 years, and I spent both Christmases on the beach.
Okay.
Because you're maybe an hour away from the beach. You're 20 minutes to an hour away, depending on where you're at in LA and traffic. So no one else that I know at that point in time was spending holiday on the beach. They were surrounded by negative 20 degrees, snow, ice, sleet, hail, midgets, all of it, everything. And I wasn't. I was half naked on sand. It was fantastic. I enjoyed the crap out of it.
That's what I did. So when I would send home the Christmas video, there's a lot of ho ho ho's going on. So on the beach and stuff. So that was the only weird thing, was to get a Christmas tree in Los Angeles that came from Michigan.
Yeah.
That was kind of the weird thing about it.
Right.
I also had a Christmas palm tree. I don't know if you did.
I did, and the neighbors were pissed that I took it. So I went a couple more blocks up the street the next time, and everything was fine.
Yeah, those were fun days. And I would go back. I would go back to Los Angeles for all of this, and even with the fires, I would go back.
Yep.
So let it burn. So then you and I could run for mayor.
Yeah.
Los Angeles and Hollywood.
Co-mayors. That's right.
I like that. With everything that's going on, the 2020 campaign will begin in January.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need some signatures.
Yeah.
Now, you don't need to be able to write your name. You just need to be able to write something.
It doesn't actually matter what you write at all.
If we need 50,000 signatures, we're going to open up a telephone book. Look that up, kids. Google that.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, do you see this name? You see how many Jacksons there are?
Yeah.
We're not talking about Michael. Just start signing some names.
That's right. That's right. Forgery.
Any of that. You don't have to prove any of those signatures that are real.
Nope.
You don't have to prove that they're registered.
Nope.
At all.
It's nice.
Sex offender or anything like that. It's scary.
We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good
But I
time.
do like the ugly Christmas sweater deal.
I don't know. Are people actually buying these for $80? Are they actually? Is this actually happening?
I think they are, because they're name brand. You know, maybe they say Rachel Ray or something on it.
Ooh. Ooh.
Who just left her show. She just retired from her show, I heard.
Well,
Because no one else left to talk to. I'm like, I don't think anybody want to talk to you, Rachel, because you went from somewhat less annoying, and then you put on 40 pounds because you ate everything in front of you.
yeah. Cooking show. Yeah. Well,
I think a Know Nothing cooking show would be kind of fun if we sat there and did that.
I think so. Although I was talking to Jerry about that the other day, and he thought I was talking about food, and I was like, "Well, food's not going to sell. We need to do meth. We need to cook some freaking meth." And I was like, "I don't think we can do that, Eric." And I was like, "Well, Jerry, you're not really seeing my vision. Okay, first of all, second of all, I'm going to need you to see my vision. I have people that are interested. I have high value people that are interested in this." I don't know. He's thinking about it.
Keyword is high. They're very high.
We'll
They're
see.
into this. I see that we're up against our first break, and my voice is breaking, kind of like Joey Lawrence, but we're going to talk about him in a little bit. Let's take our first break. It is the Know Nothing Show. Steve Benz, Eric Black, live right now. We'll be right back, so don't move. Welcome back to the Know Nothing Show. Right there, that music bed from the Cars, but we'll talk about it in a little bit. Know Nothing live from 2 different locations, but you can't tell because I look to my right. Oh, what up, brother? What up? I'm Steve. That is Eric. We're on every week nationwide and across the pond. We're in the UK too. So
we're not. Yeah, we're not on your side though. Anybody? No one picked that up. No, nothing. Okay, cool.
No. Our listenership is, like us, happy to be GED graduates.
Woo! On the radio.
Now, before all of this, we were talking about ugly sweaters, which we love those, Christmas, and before we came on, you were bitching about cell phones. So, what were you? I wasn't really listening because I rarely do. But what were you rambling about?
Well, I knew you weren't listening, so I was actually inventing new cuss words to throw at you. Here's the thing with cell phones, and I don't know if a lot of you know this or not, but you when you sign a contract for cell phone service, you are generally to get the best deal. Now, this it's changed recently, but generally to get the best deal on a phone, you're going to sign a 2-year deal, right? Okay. So we all know that. After that 2-year deal, actually about 3 months-ish before that contract is up, you're going to start getting text messages, emails. You're going to start getting actual mail. You're going to get all of the phone calls, even sometimes, about signing up for the next round, signing up, getting back in contract, getting the latest phone. The other part of that is what I'm having issues with right now. And that's my phone. I've been out of contract for 2 years. Okay. And surprisingly, my phone is still working. However, about this time every single year, there's some sort of update. It's like 0.024447. It's a random freaking number, right?
Okay. I'm with you.
All right, cool. Security updates, whatever. I'll make sure my phone is secure because there's a lot of stuff on there that I don't want people to see. Anyway, so I do the update, and then I remember very quickly why I never do that update. What this update does, and this is my theory. I can't prove this because I'm not that technical. You got to remember, I know nothing. What this update does is it does certain things to your phone to where it makes you believe that you need a new phone. For example, my phone now takes a half an hour to start up. Much like a woman. Usually takes about a half an hour for them to get warmed up, and then it will start working. So once it's open, once it's running, once it's going, now I have to get into some of my apps, which now take 10 minutes to open. Whereas before, I could just zip through all this stuff and it was okay. So now there's little glitches. There are certain things on my phone that I can't do as I did before. Because of one issue or another, because it's incompatible. Like the 2-year-old, 3-year-old phone, whatever it is. There's no possible scenario. The one after this one came out 6 months after this one, and this one's already obsolete. Really? It's a scam. They want you to buy the latest and greatest phone. That's the whole point. They want you to get back in contract so that they are guaranteed their money. I refuse to do that until I absolutely positively have to. Now, I'll tell you what, this phone that I have right now has lasted me the longest by far, 2 years outside of contract right now. I've never had that. It's always been like 3 to 6 months outside of contract and something happened. It bricked or some glitch happened where I couldn't use it. Right. The speaker broke, whatever it was. I couldn't get it to work. So this is actually now, some of that is because I actually used to work for Apple. I used to fix these things. So I kind of know some tricks of the trade, workarounds that Steve Jobs told me about. But it's a big scam. Like they just want you to buy the $1,000 phone or the $800 phone that's only costing them $50 to make. I don't know.
So I have a feeling that you went back to your Motorola flip phone.
I have a Razor. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I had one of those. A Crazer or whatever it was.
Right.
That, in electrical storms, you'd get shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very nice. It was kind of like a taser when you went out in an electrical type situation outside. Yeah.
If you needed to text, you had to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, damn it! I missed the E. So those are good. So what iPhone do you have right now? You're moaning about. You got a 6 or 7? Is that what you have?
Yep, I have a 6 right now. Didn't really go for the 6 Plus. Didn't care. I didn't want to have to hire a midget to carry my phone around. So I just went with the 6.
I went with the Plus because, as my daughter said, she goes, "Dad, your head is large enough. Do not go with the smaller 6. Your head will look huge."
I like the 6.
I'm just saying. I've got the Plus, okay? Because I'm a plus of a man.
Well, whatever helps you sleep at night is good for you. Yeah.
Plus, I could read it a little bit better.
Right.
But is that true? Does everybody agree that cell phone usage, or the cell phone specifically? Now, Apple has been accused of that, of slowing down the phones.
Right.
You have to upgrade.
Well, and it's not just Apple. I can't tell you whether or not that's true, but it's not just Apple. I had an Android for 2 years as well, and it was the worst phone system I could have. And this was after, like, it wasn't like originally when the Androids came out. This was like 3, 4 phones after that. So they worked out everything. And I had it, and it sucked. It bricked. So not that all Androids are bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I couldn't.
Samsungs are pretty good. Those new 8s and stuff, those are good phones.
Yeah, if you like something that explodes in your pocket, they're fantastic.
No, that's the notebook. Wait a second. Exploding in the pocket? Wait. Bow wow, chicka wow wow. Right
I'm just prepping everybody for the after hours show. That's all I'm doing. I just want to prep them.
If you got a know nothing Android, it will and could explode in your pants. I am just saying.
The phone too. Yeah.
Just saying. So everybody's been accused of that. I'm not sure I buy it, although I remember when I first got cell coverage, everything was unlimited. It's funny how it's gone full circle back to unlimited.
Right.
Because no one uses the actual phone.
But you have to understand that all the phone companies are actually working together. Their commercials, their marketing is all separate. Well, we're better than these guys, but they're all actually working together. They all run essentially off of the same towers. Now, yeah, they can individually build towers, things like that. But at some point, one company will use another company's tower if they don't have one in there. It's borrowing, it's roaming, it's whatever it's doing. So they're all in this together. They're all in there to, how do I say this? Oh, yeah, screw us. Yeah, so that's fun. That's good. Happy holidays, I guess, from your cell phone company. Here's a $400 bill.
Believe that it's a conspiracy that we're all being screwed.
No, I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's actually happening. I don't think it's a conspiracy anymore. It's legit happening.
Now, are you buying the new Sprint guy who says it's just 1% different? Because Sprint has always sucked since the day it started and hasn't changed.
No, and here's why. That guy was the Verizon guy, right?
Yeah, he was.
And then all of a sudden he flip-flopped because Sprint said, look, we have a stupid amount of money in the bank, and we want to spend it only on you if you'll come over and switch. That's all we have. We can't do anything else with it. But if you come over, I think it'll pan out. It hasn't, but that's what got him to come over. He's a greedy little bastard. That's all that is. I don't like the guy. I think he's a douche, and I think that was a very poor move. And we're not friends anymore. I unliked him on Facebook, and I sent him a nasty letter.
Wow. Now, the only thing that I remember Sprint being good at was the walkie-talkies. Walkie-talkie phones, remember those?
Tell you why. I used to sell their walkie-talkie phones because it used to be called Nextel.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then Sprint bought them out, which is when I said, see you later, because they screwed that all up. But that was a really good service. I like that little walkie-talkie feature. I actually used it in business. I had a painting company. I used that as the legit walkie-talkie. It was amazing. You thought you would walk around thinking you're on Star Trek or something like that.
Very true.
It was great.
Very true. And that was great to have that for the 1 year that I had it. But I think I've had Verizon forever, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just got some new phones and stuff. And because I had been with Verizon so long, I flexed my muscles. Yeah. I said, you see what year I signed up for that service? I believe this is 1998. So you best be giving me some free stuff, or I'll walk over to T-Mobile, which I would never do, or AT&T, which I would never do. So
now, did you talk to somebody on the phone, or did you have to go in and just take somebody by the neck and say,
I went right through loyalty. You don't talk to the individual stores are all commission.
Yeah.
Independent people. You got to go right through loyalty. I'm like, nah, just give me to your boss. Nah, just give me to your boss. Nah, just give me to your boss. And they're like, whoa, Mr. Benz, look, we see that you started in 1990. I'm like, yes. So I've been paying a boatload, a lot of money.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, sir, what we can do is this is what we can offer you, sir. We can offer you free service on T-Mobile.
What?
Right, if you would like that, we realize that T-Mobile is actually running on AT&T's line, but we can give it to you free. Wait a second. And calling Verizon, sir, that's the best offering that we have.
Right. Oh, so your employee discount isn't any better than that? Is that what you're telling me? Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing too I hate about calling these people. Like it's the cable company, it's the cell phone company, it's the gas company, the electric company. In order to get anything done, you got to spend 2 hours on the phone just saying, no, just send me to your boss. Just send me to your, well, but did you know that this could cost you? I don't care. Send me to your boss. I did that the other day, just the same thing. I was going to cancel an account and start a new one with another service. The other service was fine. When you're starting a service, they get it done in 25 seconds. When you're canceling the service, it takes 2 decades and an act of God to get anything freaking done.
That's true.
And I stopped counting at 5 times when I said, just send me to your boss, send me to your boss, send me to retention, send me to retention. I just quit. I was like, all right, well, I don't know what part of this you're not quite understanding, but I don't want your service.
Look, I didn't mean to be the CSR on the phone with you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
For my side job, I didn't mean it, but I have to follow the script. The script clearly says you must ask me to go to my boss at least 17 times within a 4-hour window. Okay.
That seems true. Yeah.
And then after we're done talking, then we can chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on the website. So we can do both. You can talk to me and then think you're chatting with somebody else. It's still me.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you're like, okay, you're an a-hole, talk to your boss. And I'm on the phone going, well, I'm the a-hole boss. How's it going, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Okay.
No, I know. I've seen that video. Yeah, I've seen you do that. Yeah.
Mr. Black, we do have free service on the Walmart, whatever they call it, the talk free. I don't know what they call it.
Boost Mobile.
Yeah. No, it's not Boost Mobile. It's somebody else.
Oh, they
Boost, which is also on, selling someone else's services. I love that.
Yeah.
It's like, could you just tell me which network you're on? Well, we're on to Boost. No, you're not.
Yeah, you're not. Whose towers are you using? Well, we tend to go off of everyone's towers. I bet you do. I bet you.
Which tower do you go off? You see the white one out there down the horizon? Yeah, I see that one. That's the one.
Yeah, that seems to be a fence post. That's our tower. Oh,
we have a coverage of essentially 3 blocks. That sounds like good service.
That's really good. Yeah, if I'm in that 3-block area my entire life, I'm going to have ridiculously amazing service with you.
Now, what was the cell guy before it became T-Mobile? What the heck was that one called? It was like the little pink dude. You remember that guy?
Yeah.
I wonder if someone remembers that, but because Verizon, when I first moved here from Los Angeles, I had Pac Bell.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So Pac Bell, and I had a pager and stuff. So when I turned all that stuff in, they're like going, what? I'm like,
what do I do with this?
I've been using all this stuff, and I had a brick phone back then too. $5 a minute. So for all of you moaning over that, over how much it cost for unlimited, I was paying $5 a minute, and I never ever. And even if someone called me, I was paying for when it was ringing.
Yep.
So I never had it on.
Wow.
So I never, only when I needed to turn on, I was like for like 5 minutes. Like, I know I'm going to get about 12 calls right now.
Right.
So that's going to cost me like $60. I better turn it off pretty quick.
That's right. That's right. I don't want to take out a second mortgage and a third job just to pay for my 1-minute phone call.
Those were the good old days. And so I had a pager. So instead of using my cell phone that I needed back then, I would find a payphone.
Yeah.
So I always had like $5 worth of quarters in my car.
Hold on. A payphone. For those of you that don't know what a payphone is, it's not it's a little box on the side of the road that you got out of your car and held an actual phone receiver up to your ear that 400 million other people have done probably that day, and you insert quarters and dimes and sometimes nickels depending on what neighborhood you are in order to make a 2-minute phone call. That's
right. And when you got on that phone, because it was always near a corner, some a-hole would start beeping their horn.
Yeah. Thank you for
Never
that.
failed. If you were in Hollywood, all of a sudden everybody would start beeping. Everyone, the next guy would beep, the person after that would beep, just so they could see if you could flip them off. How fast could you flip them off? So
I think we should do another show from two different phones I don't even know if you can find a payphone anymore, though. I think they've ripped them all out.
No, I've seen a couple of them. Certainly, in some how do I say this? Non-modern neighborhoods,
right. Ghettos. I'll say it.
So you might see them in a. They don't call them a 7-Eleven. They may call them something else.
Right.
That's where you might see it, and they're usually just outside the building. Right. So if there's going to be a drive-by, you're the first one that they shoot at.
You are the target now. That's you. You're the target. You got a new job. You are promoted to target.
And in addition to that, now we're going to even throw you even further back. If you remember this, when ATM cards first came out, you could get your cash for free in a little glass booth.
Yep.
That was all lit. And you had to put your card in to get security into it. Right. So everybody could see you from a mile getting money.
Yep.
So anybody that wanted to rob you could see you getting money.
Clearly. And the mask they were wearing wouldn't allow them to get caught.
Yeah, because there was no security cam back then. And then if someone was really rude, they would be in the booth with you. And you would be like, bro, get out.
Pardon me. Can you leave? Thanks. Yeah.
Because I don't want you to see my pin that everybody can see.
Yeah.
And then what would happen is then it would flash up on the green screen, your available cash.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it would be
font.
You know what? You've got $1,200. By the way, I know you can take $300 out. Stick them up. Yeah, that happened all the time.
Yeah. How do you think we started this show?
The good old days. I remember those. Those bring back great memories. And with that memory, we have to take our next break already. We have to keep up with the network.
Ooh.
Okay? We've slipped in years past. We're not slipping anymore. It is the Know Nothing Show. What will we talk about next? Lord knows. Stay tuned. More after these messages. Intros like that wake all of you up if you've been sleeping. And how could you? It is the Know Nothing Show. Steve Benz, Eric Black. 2 delicious scoops of radio. That's what we got going on. So many things are going on. Make sure you guys stop at the KnowNothingShow.com. We got merch out there. We've got so many things. And the better way to make sure that, one of us eat is to actually buy some of the merch. Okay? We're needy children. Look at us.
We po.
We're like Know Nothing angels. Okay? There's nobody like us. Okay? That's the best I could do. It's the best I could do.
Hopefully it worked.
No one likes to see a grown man beg, unless, of course, never mind. That's after hours.
Yeah. I think people get paid good money, actually, to see that happen.
They do. And talking about good money, last night, I don't know why people made this like it was some type of historic vote in the state of Alabama.
Bama.
No, they had an election for a Senate seat, an open Senate seat for, I don't even remember why it happened. I think the senator joined the administration, so that left the Senate seat open. So there is a Republican and a Democrat that was running. Certainly, the Republican, supported by the president, had a lot of issues. The Democrat, I'm sure, having just as many issues. And it came down to, in terms of the vote, it was less than 1% actually won. So the Democrat actually won, and people made it seem like it was like Abraham Lincoln had just been elected into the Senate. Now, let me just add some facts in there. Still, the Republicans still have a majority in the Senate. Okay, so it'll be 51-49, I think it is. It will be now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there'll be other issues. You can't govern unless you have a consensus on both sides. You got to have Republicans and Democrats. They also found out the vote that white people voted Republican, African and people of color voted Democrat. Not a surprise in the South.
Right.
But there are so many things that need to be done as we continue to stab one another over dumb issues.
And sometimes that literally happens.
So with that, I was wondering, because you are, I was going to say you're Southern, but you're not. You're from Iowa.
Right.
Which is, it's kind of Southern.
No, it's not.
Now, with the coverage that went on, the massive amount of coverage, I would have liked to see these two candidates actually have a discussion.
Right.
Of how you're going to, Alabama is a pretty poor state unless you go to the University of Alabama.
Right. Right.
Or Auburn. You go to one of those because they have nothing really else going on. You don't see they got hit with a hurricane. There is no federal funding that has shown up yet, from my understanding. I think most of it went to Texas.
Right.
So Alabama, sweet home, Alabama. And of course, with everything else that's going on, people are all over Twitter. And I kind of think, you're being a social media guy, what better way to get things done than to just bitch on Twitter about it?
Well, and it's so nice because you don't actually have to talk to anyone. You can give your opinion, and you can be done with it. I give my opinion about 6 or 8 times a day, and don't really care what. And then I just turn off the notifications. Here's my opinion, and if you don't agree with it, I don't like you, and I'm going to unfollow you, and I'm gonna talk crap about you.
That seems to be what goes on with everything. Let's not have a discussion.
Right.
I just want to post. And then, as some people are saying, then people reply back on Twitter, and then your butt hurts, which I think is actually, like, could you be more clever than that?
Right. A little bit, maybe. Try.
Come on now, use your words. Come on now. You got 280 characters now. Okay. That includes spaces and that squiggly line called a comma. Okay.
And
is not good.
And pictures and websites are not included in that 280 characters now. So you literally have 280 characters. Fill it up. Fill it.
Now, the bad thing of 280 characters is the run-on sentences. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that people actually don't know what they're talking about. They just ramble on.
Right.
Kind of like when we wrote love notes in school, and then you like throw it over to the girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're just professing your love to her, and you write some cheesy poetry.
Yeah.
I think that's what Twitter should become. We should make an Alabama poem. A lot of yeehaws of that.
Uh-huh.
And with that, I just wanted to know your national perspective. Okay. I'm asking you to be like a reporter.
Ooh.
Okay. This one senator, the change of one senator, how will that actually change any vote that's being pushed through by the administration?
Well, and here's the other part of that too, is that me being in Tennessee, if I don't like, and I don't really care about that guy at all. I don't know much about him. I didn't give a crap. I'm in Tennessee. But if I don't like what he's doing as a senator, and I really don't want him to be a senator, but I can see that he's being a senator, all I have to do here in my state of Tennessee is vote for someone that will oppose him. That's all I have to do over here. And if that person gets in over here, that person will oppose them, and it gives them less of a chance to further their whatever their plan is, their platform, or whatever you want to call that. So I don't think it's one. I don't know. A lot of people would argue with me that one person can make a difference. In this particular situation, I think they're all morons. So I really don't think that one person is going to make that big of a difference, especially from Alabama. Not if you're from Alabama, great. We'd rather have you on the show while you're listening to this show and being from Alabama. I have no idea why, but thank you for listening. But I don't really think that's going to be a big deal. And I think they just needed something. There's nothing out there this week. There's nothing out there this month really for coverage on anything. It's just blah. So they're like, oh, this is something stupid going on. Let's cover this.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that the vote was in December.
Yeah.
Usually it's in like a March or November.
Right.
Now, the only commentary I would have on any of this didn't matter how it worked its way out. Okay. It is the state of Alabama. We have no say in that no matter where we are in the country. Okay.
Right.
Not our state.
Right.
So we should just shut our pie holes.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that I'd have to say is based on their registered voters, they had high turnout. That's what happens when you vote.
So they were all high.
Well, yeah, they're all wearing know nothing shirts and they're all high because we won't say what's in our logo.
They're made of hemp. Yeah.
But if you actually go and you vote, things happen. Right or wrong, I'm a firm believer is, did you vote? No, you didn't vote? Then shut up. Okay.
You can shut your mouth now.
That's the one thing that we get to do as Americans. I say, if you vote, and I can understand if you missed a vote, that happens.
Right.
I'm not suggesting that you be registered as a Democrat or a Republican, because I think people that are registered Democrat or Republican are real morons, because you got to listen to both sides.
Not fake ones. They're real.
Because you always end up in the middle. You can only govern from the middle. You can't govern from the left or from the right. We have proof of all of that. Mm-hmm. So with that, just get out and vote. Just get out and say, look, I just want to be heard. And you can't be heard unless you vote.
And all this crap about, well, my vote doesn't count. It's not going to be heard. Well, it's not going to be heard if you don't go do it. That's like, if you don't take a deuce, you're not going to hear the drop. So same thing. Plop. A little splash. Yeah. Nice.
I like it. That's all I'm saying. For wherever you are on the planet, just get out and be heard. That's all. Just be heard. You have a right to be heard. Not look at your phone.
Right.
Listen to both sides of the discussion.
And not, for the love of God, not through just social media. You can get your entertainment through social media, but don't get your news through social media. Actually seek out the truth. There's so much stuff being fabricated through social media because it is something that is it all started for entertainment purposes. There's no other use for social media than entertainment purposes. In my mind, in my opinion, you can argue with me all day long. I will gladly throw your opinion out because I don't care about it. But you can have your opinion. But don't just get your source of news on social media. That doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever.
Right. And watching the Kardashians is not where you should get news.
No, for any reason at all.
Hearing that one of the Jenner girls made $450 million off her lipstick.
Ooh.
That just says a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Says a lot. It says we should have got into lipstick business.
It says that is what we are going to get into. That's what that says.
The plastic lips. Do you want a set of Steve's lips or Eric's lips?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think $1, like if you remember as a kid, you got those little horrible, plastic or whatever lips that you
waxy lips, and then you chew on them. Like, what? What are we supposed to do with these?
Yeah.
Chew on wax? That doesn't make much sense, but okay.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Cool. Making it happen. Making it happen.
Do that. We need to have no nothing lips.
Lips.
I suspect some of the ladies would want yours because they're like, Eric's just nicer than you. Perhaps. Okay. He's got that beard and, I like that scratchy feel,
Mm-hmm.
Eric seems more sensitive than you, Steve. Okay, that's true. Okay. I'm not sensitive. I don't care.
Right. And clearly they don't know me.
See, they're under the impression like, you know what? Steve's the a-hole. No.
Yeah.
Steve's a nice one.
Out of both of us, I believe you're a pretty good guy.
I might actually sit there in a conversation like, okay, I'll hear you out. You're like going, what?
I don't care. Yeah, shut up. I got to go eat. I got to go drop a deuce and hear the plop.
Like when we did a live show in Tennessee, people came to talk to us and I'm like, hey, let's talk to the fans. You're like, why?
Yeah. Where's my trailer? For crying out loud.
Right, because the radio trailer they had set up for us, that was wonderful. Thank you, Nashville.
Yeah, it was literally a horse trailer. Apparently, we did not specify on our list of things that we wanted, which now we know. Now we know. And the hay was a little much, guys. Just so
after they said is, where are you guys from? Chicago? Where's that? You ain't getting in here. Security had to pat us down how many times? What did it take us? 3 hours to get our creds?
Yeah.
So how do you spell WSDI?
Okay.
I was calm. You were not.
No, I had to go get a drink. When I say drink, I mean drinks, because this person, and I'm not.
Buddy.
I just people. I just don't like them at all for many reasons. Especially
you were human. You were stomping around like a little kid.
Yeah, well, for good reason, for very good reason. We already had our credentials; they were already given to us. We had all the paperwork, and they somehow couldn't figure it out. It's like we have everybody here. We're all right here. See, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can count them. We're all here, and yet they couldn't figure out how to get us.
I'm not sure if that means you get in or not. Not sure. I think we better call on them, those Sprint walkie-talkies. Find out.
I think we actually talked to 6 different people that were, I'm going to throw up my quotations, in charge before we actually got something done. And I still don't know. I still can't believe it.
I think they just let us in after some degree. I don't remember how it ended at the end.
They had to figure out that we weren't leaving without getting into this festival. So they're like, well, okay. All right. And other people were gathered around. It was like entertainment. They had a couple of those tables you can stand up and have drinks at. There were people gathered around them. There were cell phones out for entertainment purposes and posting and all this stuff. And they're like, this is so cool. This is like reality TV, except it's in real life. It's so good. I don't know.
Yeah. Welcome to the media tent. There was no tent.
Yeah. Well, there was. It just wasn't a tent.
And you know how I'm always going to show up for the jumbo shrimp. There was no jumbo shrimp. Okay.
Yeah.
They did not know who we are.
There was a tall midget. That was it.
That's scary. So what do we talk about next hour? We got a couple things to talk about. We got Meghan Markle. She's a Canadian. Right there. We got to figure that out.
Canadian.
Star Wars opens this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm still not sure. Bitcoin, my God, why can't we be Bitcoin?
Yeah.
And the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there's a lot of crappy bands that are in there already. So why not add a few more crappy bands?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
It is hour 2 coming up on the Know Nothing Show. Steve, Eric, stay tuned. Potty time. We'll be right back.
Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This is the Now Nothing Show with Steve and Eric.
Welcome back for hour 2 of the Know Nothing Show. Steve Benz, Eric Black, brought to you by nobody, because nobody sponsored tonight's show. How about that? 2 dudes, 2 mics, 2 attitudes, 2 scoops of delicious radio. Welcome back. I think we've gone absolutely legit 2 hours. 2 and 2. Did you like that? Like how we do that?
Yeah, that's really nice. I just want to say something too, that if you so desire, you want to sponsor this show, you are more than welcome to email us. You can email us at knownothingboys@gmail.com or through our website, knownothingshow.com, whichever you prefer. But if you want to sponsor this show, we'd be more than happy to talk with you about it. Sponsorship means money, by the way, if you weren't picking up what we're laying down. That's kind of how this show keeps going. So
that's how we exist on 20 stations.
That's right. That's right.
From coast to coast and around the world. We get translated in 18 different languages.
That's right.
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine them trying to convert us in French?
Well, I can't. And I think the best one that I've seen so far is Ebonics. They've got us in 13 different forms of Ebonics right now that I'm impressed. I don't even know. It's amazing.
That's funny. Or I don't know. Why don't they try to convert us to like 90s rap? Word.
What?
Yeah, just like sup. What? Just 2 hours of what? It's sup. Yo. We just go all Vanilla Ice for 2 hours.
I feel like if we posted that online, someone would remix it in some sort of dance club mix type of situation.
Funny. I think we're going to have to try it. We're going to have to do a bit of just all Vanilla Ice drops. Just do that. You know, when he goes, what was the song that he did for Ninja Turtles? Oh, Go Ninja. Be like, go Ninja, go.
Go.
Couple of yo's. Yeah, I grew up on the streets of Dallas in the suburbia. You know, I had to use my mom's Visa card to get some gas.
Yeah. It's a hard knock life.
Right. Not like y'all out there using MasterCard. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pump my own gas.
No self-service. All self-service here.
That would be pretty funny. Vanilla, if you want to be on the show, because he's been on some of the 90s tours out there.
Yeah, he has. Yes,
and
he
I thought,
has.
wait a second. So he gets 20 minutes and he's going to sing essentially just 2 songs.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
12 minutes of go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go ninja, go.
It's all about the light show, baby. It's all about the light show.
Yeah, but those tours, there are no lights. They're all the act that's following behind, they're all holding their own lights.
Well, the thing is, like, there aren't any lights because there's no talent to light up. You got to have actual talent in order to have the light.
And then they're selling tickets. Look, it's $25, okay? And you go see 25 acts, okay? Because they're going to sing 25 songs at 4 minutes. That gives you 100 minutes. Right there, that's a show.
Right. That's right. You each get 2 minutes each, and there's going to be 35 bands coming through here.
5 are the boys from the Know Nothing Show, man. They just bringing it to you.
What?
As we switch, with the 90s groups, there were no bands. So they would just exchange the microphone.
Right.
Versus, like Live Aid, you have to turn it. You got to bring the drummer out, someone that you don't have in your band. So instead, It's just like, well, here's the mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? You go back and forth. Yo.
That's right. Maybe throw out some beach balls and stuff. Something like that. Maybe. I don't know.
I do like that.
Just saying.
And that's what's going on with the release of The Last Jedi tomorrow.
Oh
okay?
my God.
Now,
people have been buying tickets for that for what, 2 months now, 3 months? They sold them. They were selling them before. I know here in Chicago, you were able to buy tickets, and then they were basing on when the time of the movies would be based on when they got the tickets sold.
Right.
Okay. So it was like getting Springsteen tickets in the 80s. So where you'd have to get a band or something or stand outside. So like on, well, you know what? You're gonna have to see it at 9 o'clock. But I don't want to see it at 9 o'clock, man. That's what you get, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what's Star Wars? What's Star Wars?
Star Wars. This is, let's see here. They're calling it episode 7.
Good Lord.
I didn't know there were that many. I guess this is film number 2 of the trilogy. This is the 7th one. Who taught these guys what trilogy meant?
Apparently, they went to public school.
Now, I saw the first one. And I think I was in college or something when I saw it. And I just sat there and I thought to myself, this is the stupidest Western I have ever seen. Okay. Because it's based on a Western. It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the people around me were going berserk for what, the sequel or whatever, dressed up to go in costume to that. I was like, are all of you insane?
I couldn't even get through the first one. I tried to watch the first one. I'm just not, I don't care. I never understood it. If you like it, fantastic. Great. You can be that person. I'm not. I'm by far not that person. But if you sit Star Trek in front of me, I will geek out on Star Trek. I still watch it on Netflix today.
Yeah.
I'm a Star Trek guy.
Because I know they did the release in Los Angeles, I think last weekend, and Hollywood went berserk for it.
Yeah.
And with that, with all the fires, they're like going, oh no, those are just stage peaches, props that are on fire. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Come down Hollywood Boulevard and
Yeah.
see all this. Empire Strikes Back. That was the second one.
There it is.
Text that to me. So I couldn't think what it was.
Right.
So like all of those, do we have a lot of Star Wars fans? And then there's like Star Trek fans. And then the two group fight each other, which is even sillier. Okay. So
Right.
it's the nerds versus the nerds.
Right.
Now, I like Star Trek The Next Generation. I like that show.
Yeah.
Did you like these?
I did. Yep, I did.
Like even the new Star Trek with the younger guy, where he's playing James T. Kirk. I like that. I like the reboot of that.
Like the movie?
Yeah, the movies.
Yeah. Yep.
Because they're bringing back, they're going to do another Star Trek with Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh, snap.
If Tarantino directs it, and he is. So Jean-Luc is 70s, in his late 70s, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
That would be all right.
I'd be all right with that. That'd be good.
I'll go see that. But Star Wars, I don't get it. For me, I'm sure people get it. I don't get it.
I don't either. I've never gotten it. I've never been one of those people. A lot of my friends are like, oh, the new Star, just like you, the new Star Wars, the Star Wars, this Star Wars, that. I'm like, whatever. I don't.
So what is it? So if Star Trek a fan out there and you're on Facebook or Twitter, what is it? What is it that makes you want Star Wars so badly?
Yeah. What's the appeal?
Story each time? It's kind of like watching the Rocky movies. I just rented Creed the other day.
Oh, man.
Okay, it was not written by Sylvester Stallone. He was actually good in it. He actually had to act versus like, oh, you Adrian. He had to act in it.
Right.
And you know how the story goes because it's the 8th one. Every story is the same.
Yep.
I was entertained by it.
That's good. That's all that matters.
And I didn't think of when Apollo Creed said, he's hooking, which we all did coming out of Rocky movies. You got a date. You start taking some shots at her. Okay.
Right. It's part of the experience, baby. Come on. It's part of the experience.
But if you come out of this Star Wars, do you like have a saber? And then you with your girlfriend or whoever you're with, and you're like got the lightsaber going on? Is that what happens? Because I didn't see that many Star Wars kids dressed up for Halloween. Did you?
None. Zero of them.
So that's weird. Okay. that I thought we'd see more. I saw more costumes of Chrisley, okay, which I thought was hilarious. Chrisley knows. How did that guy get a show? Okay.
Oh,
Now, I don't want to sound like a disgusting old man, but the one daughter is beautiful. Okay.
well, yeah.
And then the son, Lord knows what he's doing. And I have to admit, okay, I need to look around. I actually will watch Chrisley Knows Best when nobody else is home. Okay.
Oh.
And I just want to bitch slap him, but now he has a talk show. And I'm thinking, if he got that, why aren't you and I in Los Angeles with a talk show? 2 co-hosts right there. How could Ben Affleck turn us down?
Whose leg do we have to hump? Seriously. Where is this leg? And why haven't we started humping it already? Where is it?
That's good. Wow, your leg's kind of hairy. We could take care of that.
I think we could work something out.
That's right. You have very, very strong thighs.
Sir.
And I think we could be on like Fox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably where we belong, or FX network or something.
Oh. Wow.
Even they just fired. I think they just fired. Do you remember Steve Edwards from KABC in Los Angeles?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, briefly. Yep, I remember.
He was on ABC Morning forever. From mid 80s. Okay. He got run out for sexual harassment for something in the 80s.
Jeez.
I'm like, could we at least have a little proof? Okay. And the guy's in his 80s, so he doesn't remember.
Well, of course not. Right.
You can't count that. Wait a
Right.
second. My grandma said. And Kristen, who's asking about Jean-Luc Picard. Yes, I went from Star Wars, said Jean-Luc Picard, for Star Trek.
So, just to recap, we went from something that we don't care about to something that we do care about.
Right.
That's essentially what happened there. From not caring about Star Wars to caring about something that actually matters, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Jean-Luc
We're
Picard.
trying to care. Help us care about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to care about Star Wars.
Not sure. Really not.
Although the only thing I remember from Star Wars, every time I hear Star Wars, is the old Bill Murray, the lounge lizard singing Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars.
Wow. I see why you're in radio.
Could you imagine if they had a video of the DJs in the 70s and 80s? No one would ever get work.
No one would be watching the internet anymore. Actually, it'd be over. You can't do that. It's weird.
It's sacrilege.
Yeah.
As they say. Because we're not that disgusting to look at.
No.
But everyone that I remember working with were like the fattest dudes. And I mean that nicely. Most of the on-air guys.
All due respect, and I mean all due respect, you're kind of fat.
That if you watch WKRP as a kid, that's really kind of how it worked. The overnight guy always looked stoned, and I was an overnight guy.
And you were always stoned. Yeah.
The morning guy was always asleep on the sofa in the afternoons because they would come in at like 3:30, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right. 3:30, 4 o'clock, because they'd be on at 5:30 or 5.
Right.
I think back then, God, if you think about it, it was 5. You went on at 5 because I went off air at 5. And the first half hour was more music, while the morning guy tried to wake up.
Right.
So that would be the first traffic report. At 5 o'clock in the morning was usually there's nobody on the freeway.
Right. Yeah. So there is no news because you are the only one listening to this in your car right now.
So that was true in LA and here. I different shifts here, but in Los Angeles. And then the other weird thing was seeing the sunrise over the mountain range versus Chicago. You'd see it over the lake, which is a little different, and then it would reflect off the lake, so you'd be like blinded.
Right.
By
By the light. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the morning guys were always way too happy for that.
Which is probably why they were morning guys.
And with that, they would talk about last night's take in Hollywood that I don't get. Like Star Wars, we're going to hear how they crossed like $100 million.
Right.
Where then you look at, like, say, Rugrats, when that came out in the 90s. Remember Rugrats?
I do, yeah.
Where most of the tickets were half price.
Right.
So which made more money? Which sold more tickets?
Right.
A little bit of math right there.
A little bit.
Mathletes.
Well, we have people that do that for us.
Somebody to use our phones to use the calculator, because that seemed to be one of the greatest things with the smartphone. Like you're seeing those ads, smartphone's been around 10 years. And what's the big change in 10 years? The calculator is bigger?
Well,
I don't really know. Like, what's different?
I know that if you were to talk to me 10 years ago, and tell me, you know what, in 10 years, you're going to be, instead of using an actual flashlight, you're just going to use your phone.
Yeah.
I would have said you're dumb, but that's what I use my phone for. Most of the time is a flashlight. Freaking flashlight.
You know, that is so true, because we're like going, hey, could you put the shortcut on the front so I could always figure out? Because like my iPhone, I have to sit there kind of like trying to get it out there. I'm like, it takes me like 10 minutes to get the flashlight indicator to come up.
Right.
Hard thing ever to do.
Yeah. I just leave mine on all the time. Don't worry about it.
Like, Steve, you look really stupid. It's not the first time, everyone.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that.
But here we are. Star Trek that we don't care about. No, we do care about Star Trek.
Our wars we don't care about. Star Trek
Wars. We don't even know where we're going now. We're completely confused. I'm completely confused now.
Doesn't matter. We don't know anything at all. Don't tell anybody else this, but we actually don't know anything. So we can actually say whatever we want right now, and people will be like, "Oh yeah, perfect, great."
Because they're all nodding right now. They're like, "Oh, these guys are geniuses."
Yeah. Why aren't they on national syndicate? Oh, we are on. Oh, well, great job, guys. Thank you.
These guys. And here's the last piece of movie going I'm going to throw at you. You know, here, I'm sure, like where you are, we used to call them dollar movies. Now it's like $2.50 or $3 to go to those movies, right? We got the lush seats that you sit in.
Mm-hmm.
I say there, we connected to a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Okay. None of this Subway crap. That's dumb.
They don't even give any meat. It's all vegetables. It's like, I asked for double meat. So,
yeah.
So what do you think? You eat some wings, watch a movie.
Now, here's the other thing too. Why don't we get one of those where they've attached a Pizza Hut to it as well?
I like it.
That way we have options, because we're going to be spending a lot of time there. We don't want to get bored. So why don't we just attach a couple different chains in one, and we'll call it a day.
I do. And then we have waiters and waitresses that will deliver to your chair.
Yeah. Or we can get a hold of it.
The worst part of all that, you know, you get all you can have popcorn. What are you going to stop the movie to go get a refill? I want it right there so I could just refill it right there.
Pause for me real quick. I got to get some more corn. I got to get a refill too, and I actually have to pee. Can you just Shut up. Hey, can you pause it real quick? I just got to go. It doesn't, you can't do that. It doesn't work like that.
Right. You know, otherwise you got to stand up and say, who else needs to go pee? Raise your hand, pause the damn film.
We'll all go back to kindergarten, take a break. We'll all go to the bathroom, hold hands, grab a partner, and it'll be great. Where's our teacher? Where's our authority figure? Can we get a manager?
That says ladies. Why are you going in that one?
Because we feel better. Today we identify as the lady.
You know, Title IX, hello. I can use it. Okay.
Hello.
For all of you. But I do like that. I like that idea.
With
that, I saw a report the other day which made me very happy.
Oh, geez.
Now, you know that I love Joey Lawrence.
Whoa. There's a little bit of a bromance. Yeah.
Okay. He's clearly taking a little bit of steroids. Lost all his hair. I think he shaved his head of some sort.
Sure.
He was on a couple of roles, like at SVU, or maybe it wasn't SVU or CSI or something like that, where he was like a killer.
Ooh.
Joey Lawrence as a killer. Whoa. And every time I see him, I just want to go, whoa.
That's how he stops people.
Whoa. So he was on a talk show. I think it was it? No, he was with Steve Harvey. I was thinking he was on Stern, but he was on Steve Harvey.
Of course he was.
So talking to Steve Harvey, he kind of released or mentioned that they're in discussions with the reboot of Blossom. Show Blossom.
I wonder how much trouble he's in for that.
Now, I don't really remember Blossom other than him and her. Were they brother, sister?
Yeah. Yep.
And there was another brother, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Older brother. Joey was the middle. I could be really wrong, but that's what I remember.
Sounds right.
So Blossom on crack in 2018.
Seems to perfectly match up with everything else that's going on. So why not?
I'm not sure what the premise of that show was. Was that the 80s or was that a 90s show?
Man, I think that was late 80s, maybe early 90s.
How old is Joey Lawrence? Maybe I need to look that up here.
Maybe.
Because whenever I play his one-hit song, he's 41.
Whew.
I thought he was a little older.
So it's 90s that it was popular.
Busted. So Joey, I know you listen to us on Twitter and everything else that's going on. So I guess Maya is discussing the reboot with Joey on quite a few other websites. The Christian Post is talking about the return of Blossom. What? The Christian Post?
Well, yeah, that's probably the first one that he went to, obviously. That makes complete sense.
And on US Weekly, it's all over Blossom.
Weird.
So 1995, it says.
But to be 5 years. But to be fair, they probably all heard that from the Steve Harvey show, and now they're just regurgitating it.
So Joey Lawrence, who had weren't we both in Los Angeles when he had his Las Vegas show? Wasn't he like some dancer thing in Vegas?
Yeah, I think he was actually.
I don't remember when that was.
Was that?
Because let's see, he was on Different Strokes. Maybe that's why I was thinking it's the 80s.
Right.
Where he was one of the cute little kid that every girl loved.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one? Give Me a Break. Was he on Give Me a Break? He was on. I thought that was the same show. Hold on. Different Strokes. He was on Give Me a Break, where he was right, because there was the Black Nanny. Was that the premise of those shows? Oh my God, the 80s, it's all a blur right now.
You're bringing back buried memories, my friend. I don't have an excavation equipment here to dig those up.
Okay, and then he was on Dancing with the Stars, which brought him back. I think the women loved him.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, here's the thing. He hadn't done anything for like 10, 15, maybe even 20 years before Dancing with the Stars. So he's there. So there's, once you're a star, you're always a star. I'm confused because I feel like once you're not on TV doing what the stars do on TV, you're not a star. It's like, oh, you're in radio? Yeah. What radio station you on? Well, I mean, I'm not on a radio station. So,
I've been jobs.
Right. So you're not in radio then? No, I'm in radio. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. I just wonder what radio station are you on again? No, I mean, I'm not on a radio station.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm a podcaster.
A podcaster. Okay. So you're on the internet. Yeah. Internet radio station. Well, then say that. That's what you need to say. Drugs.
So with that, let's see if we get this right. So if you're a D-level star, you are on the Love Boat.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And then if you're a D-level star, now you end up on Dances with Stars or the new Big Brother Celebrity.
What are they on? Season 47 now? Is that what they're doing?
20. They've been doing that almost 20 years.
That's dumb.
So I'm looking at Joey Lawrence's background. So he was a Chippendale dancer. That's what that was.
Well. Hello. Hey, wasn't that what's her name? Mahim, whatever the chick in there? Isn't she on
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. I think she's the funniest one on that show.
And she didn't come into like the third-ish season or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought she's the funniest one because she gives those one-liners out of nowhere, which are hilarious.
True story.
And then she does some weird stuff with her kids and stuff. And I don't even want to go down that road.
Right.
But it says Joey Lawrence was also a game show host. What?
Oh, I remember that. He was doing. What was he doing? It was very.
I didn't even think we'd be talking about Joey Lawrence, but somehow we ended up on Joey Lawrence.
Somehow the bromance continues. I don't know.
He has kids.
Sure. We all have.
That would be kind of weird. He's done a lot of stuff. He was just on Hawaii Five-0.
This, by the way, everyone, this is the part of the show where you just listen to us Google. That's pretty much what we're doing right now. It's called the Google.
It's the Google Hour. But with that, we need to take our last break. I just kind of saw that, someone was just flashing me going, are you going to take a break? Yes, we're taking a break, our final break. It is a no nothing show. More Joey Lawrence. I think we need to send something out to him. Steve and Eric, we'll be right back. And of course, we're talking about KFC and the movies. Guess what the first ad is? Welcome back for more No Nothing Show. Steve and Eric, brought to you by Unknown. If you would like to sponsor the show, even if you're a listener and a fan of the show, you could sponsor it. You could. We'd be happy to do an ad for you and just talk about you for 30 seconds.
I think it'd be fun. We're just trying something new. We're seeing what we can do with it. Kind of bored of regular sponsors and except for the ones that are coming up.
We would be the first one to have our listeners as our sponsor. So we could do a little ad for, I don't know, like Kristen, the laziest mom in Connecticut, brought to you by, I think that'd be perfect.
The Lazy Mom blog.
See how we go? She likes Burger King Whoppers with cheese. I think that'd be good. So if you want to sponsor the show, my God, we'll even put you on the damn show. How about that? So we're talking about Blossom and Maya Bialik or whatever. Someone said that she's a real scientist. So that means that she's smart. Okay.
She could never.
Unlike Eric and I.
Yeah.
So with smartness comes the new wedding of a royal. Meghan Markle, who is a Canadian actress.
Mm-hmm.
I know, she's a good actress. Not great. Very pretty. Marrying one of the princes. And with that, I saw that she's selling her Canadian home for $1.4 million, moving to the mansion in England, where she will be worth $100 million to start with.
That's a bit of a jump. She's almost at our status with that. Almost.
So the house that she has now, we will consider a tiny house. Okay. And we were talking about tiny houses. Did you like how I did that? How I got to tiny houses?
That was interesting. Yeah, that was interesting. I'll give you that one.
You were talking about tiny houses in the break. I don't know if some guys were paying attention, but we actually talk offline too at the same time. So you were talking about something about tiny houses. Now, what were you really talking about? Because again, I wasn't listening.
Sure, yeah. So here's the thing. I am kind of, this has been, we'll call it a trend for the last few years. If you're on any type of social media, you've probably seen some sort of advertise for them. But these tiny, almost prefab houses, or houses that you can make really easily, really quickly, really efficiently, they're about the size of a room, maybe between 400 and 800 square feet, depending on what kind of a tiny house you want. My question, I'm kind of a bigger guy, right? I hit the wall all the time on the corner. I'll be going around the corner. I got broad shoulders, and it's not really narrow, but it's narrow enough for my broad shoulders. I don't think I could do a tiny house because it's too tiny. My question is, could you live in a tiny house for the remainder of your days? Is that something that would be likable? Would that be something that you could actually legitimately do with the rest of your life? I don't think so. I don't think you could do it. I think it would be maybe for a time period. It's like living in a 1-bedroom apartment, essentially, except everything is your bedroom. It's a studio.
Now, there is a TV show, Tiny Houses, is there not?
There is.
That you could essentially take this house, put it on top of a wheelbarrow, and head down the mountain. And wherever you stop, that's where your house is.
That's it.
Now, it's a bunch of millennials that say, I want all my money so I could travel, I could do everything else.
Right.
So from what I recall, if you are involved with someone, you essentially got to sleep in bunk beds.
Essentially, yeah. I've seen some of them with a twin or a double twin, or even one of them had a queen. It was a pretty.
Yeah, but you and I are pretty big. That's not going to work.
That's not going to work. No. My legs will be hanging out the window for one.
And you can't be somewhere cold because you have to sit outside because you're going to be on top of each other.
Yeah, which might be good for the first few weeks, but it's going to get old. It's going to get old. Trust me.
As we usually say, if you're dropping a deuce, you might teeter-totter a little bit.
Yeah. I don't want you to be able to catch that. Okay. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Actually, I'd like to just have some peace and quiet so I can check my phone, check my messages while I do a double plop. That's all I want to do.
Now, have you ever lived in a studio apartment?
No, I have not. I've lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, but that means it had, the living room, the kitchen, all that good stuff. I've never lived in a studio apartment.
I had one studio apartment when I was in New York, which is typical. That's typical for a New York place. I think it was 500 square feet.
Wow.
So you got to think a tiny house is smaller than that because it'd have to be smaller than that.
Yeah. You would think.
And with that would mean that I would be on top of whoever joined me in the house.
Mm-hmm. Assuming that you're not going to be alone because you live in a freaking tiny house.
And let's see here. So you'd have to be connected to some type of water.
Somehow.
So you're just going to pull up to Dock Wheeler Beach in El Segundo?
Well, I mean, that's kind of the theme, right? I mean, you take your house with you, you roll up and you hook up and you're good to get. It's almost like an RV, except it's just a really small house. I don't know. It confuses me. I'm like, I kind of like my house. Not to move. Just kind of likes to be stationary.
Yeah, just think about it. So you get a house. I own a house. You own a house. We collect crap.
Right.
Okay. So we become hoarders.
Mm-hmm.
Because heaven forbid that I have taxes from 1988 that I still have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And haven't thrown out yet. Lord knows why.
Sure.
Now you got a tiny house. So then you're going to need, a tiny storage?
Tiny storage, like no storage, actually. Yeah, you just throw away everything. Yeah.
So you got a little tiny oven.
Mm-hmm. If you have an oven.
Yeah, because when I was visiting Los Angeles, one of my friends had a studio apartment on the beach, and they had an oven and microwave together, and that was their oven, and then a hot plate
An oven and microwave
together,
Hmm.
which was weird. And then they had a hot plate, and I thought that was the weirdest thing I had ever seen. I'm like, are we camping?
Right. What's happening right now? What's going on here?
So how do we eat here? And what he said was, well, we'll just go down to the pier and get a couple of tacos for $2.
Right.
So I thought, well, that's an interesting way to live. Not how I want to live.
Right.
Like, because there's days I want some scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
I can't do that. And in a tiny house, I couldn't do it.
I mean,
I don't, if you and I just kind of hung out in the studio, we don't get along enough in the studio to be able to do it.
Right. Now, I'm assuming that if I were some sort of midget or dwarf situation, I could probably get by with that a lot easier. But I am not. I am twice my wife. I am two more people. I am another person. So essentially, she's married to two people. That's how this is working out. So when we hug, it looks like I'm hugging myself. It's very awkward for everybody.
You know what I like is that somehow, some way, you always get midgets into every show.
You have to. One, every time I mention midget, somebody gets wings or something. I don't know what the phrase was. Somebody flies away or somebody, I don't know. Christmas tree gets lit up or something. But it's a union thing. Now they're only half price because of obvious reasons. But I kind of have to mention them every now and again.
So, ladies out there, with all the crap that you have just to get ready to say go to work, could you live in a tiny house?
Now step further on that. Even if you're not single, just pretend for a second that you're single. How would you bring somebody back to that? I mean, they'd have to be a very unique person in order to be like, no, this isn't creepy or weird. Let's go ahead and hang out.
Right.
I don't know anybody like that. They'd be like, here's the thing. When I said yes, I thought you were a real person with a real house. Knowing now that you have a tiny house, I'm thinking other things are tiny, and I'm going to go ahead and go. So thanks. Bye.
I was thinking big hands, big feet.
Yeah.
And then you go, well, first of all, here's my little midget car that we're going to get into.
Right.
A Fiat.
Mm-hmm. I had to take the entire top off.
Right. Okay.
Right.
And then you drive through the backwoods. So, ladies, you think you're going to get killed.
Right. And depending on the weather, you may.
And then you pull up, and the guy's got a tiny house. So you're kind of wondering what you're getting into. So you walk into the house, and the only thing that you see is a bed.
Well, first of all, you have to understand that if you're going through the back roads, if you're going through the woods, and you live in a tiny house, odds are it's probably going to take you a little longer to find said house because it's so tiny that you have to figure out what you have to GPS it in order to locate it. You have to get airdropped in because it's so tiny you can't even see it.
Yeah, you got to look for the flags. Okay.
Yeah. Saying.
Tiny house. The wind is blowing. You might get blown over.
You may. Yeah.
But your housing is very inexpensive.
Very efficient. Very. That's the other thing. You'd have to live somewhere where there are other huge buildings around you. That way they get destroyed and you don't. I would think. Or just dig a hole and put your small, tiny house in a hole and hope it goes over you. I don't know.
Or maybe the key to owning a tiny house, since it's probably bought by millennials, that they're just parking it on their parents' driveway.
Or in some cases, in their parents' living room.
Because it would fit. That's true.
Yeah. And then you could just run an extension cord out of your tiny house window into their outlet in their living room and have full.
Kind of like the guys that I knew that lived in their mom's basement and said, look, It's got a separate entrance.
Yeah. That's helpful. Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, you'll definitely go far. Awesome.
Look, my mom. Okay, so my mom still does my laundry. All right, it's cool. It's cool. I got my own key.
Right.
You can't go in there whenever she wants. Well, your mom's in there right now, dude.
Yeah, she's hanging out, actually, folding your laundry. So there's that.
Dude, look, who makes your bed? Does your mom make your bed? Because isn't that plaid? Is plaid in?
I feel like that's plaid. And I feel like that because I'm looking at it and it's plaid.
And on top of it, the plaid shirt that you have on, because you're like going, yo, Nirvana.
Right.
The shirt is ironed. Okay. Yeah. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not comfortable with that.
That's called posing. That's what that's called.
That's right.
We're all.
Wait a second. Is that the collection of all 5 seasons of Blossom on VHS?
Oh, well. See that 180? Did everybody see that? See how that works? Yeah.
And it's like, oh, look, I'm watching this for Blossom, not for Joey. Right.
Sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I see that you have the entire Joey Lawrence CD collection, all 2 CDs.
No, not weird. No, that's not weird at all. That's totally.
And the greatest hit CD, 70 minutes of his one song.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you have all of your CDs are Joey Lawrence. There's actually not one CD here that's not Joey Lawrence.
Joey Lawrence goes metal.
Fine. Yeah, totally fine.
And I'm not sure how comfortable I am with the Joey Lawrence Chippendales poster in the tiny house bathroom. Not sure what I should think.
Will it fit? I mean, I feel like you'd be covering up the whole bathroom.
That's right.
With that.
And then you come out and your friend's making macaroni and cheese, and you're wondering
on the hot plate.
Not sure how I feel about this.
Kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
Dude, look, it's Kraft because it's the cheesiest, bitch.
Cheesiest.
Okay.
Tiny freaking house. Yeah.
You're going vanilla ice on me, are you? Look, I got Bose speakers in there, man.
You can't turn up because it's so tiny.
Like you got one Bose speaker, dude. One.
Yeah, you just split it in half. Now it doesn't even work.
Yeah, but I look at these headphones I got, those the big freaking headphones that they had in the 90s and stuff.
Right.
And you still see guys wear those on radio. You see pictures of guys like that all over the internet, that say that they're legit radio guys. And you're not a legit radio guy if you don't have earbuds in, okay?
Earbuds. You got to have the earbuds. Otherwise, you're not legit, all right?
Because if you get like, I got the noise canceling one on. It's like, no.
What noise? What noise are you hearing in your studio? Why are you having noise? You shouldn't have noise in your studio at all. And maybe you should tell them to shut up. How about that? Just saying.
Here's a little thing, okay? You have the walls are padded and stuff to knock down all the noise.
Yeah.
You don't need noise canceling because the room is closed off. So no one can actually hear you. So if you scream, no one hears you.
No one hears you. That's just redundant and stupid. Stop it. Stop being stupid.
Don't make us point out the obvious, okay? This is not the no obvious show.
It's the Know Nothing Show. There you go. Bumper.
I like that. I do like that. Which makes us think if you guys would like to do a station ID for us or a show ID, by all means. You can say, hi, this is Kristen. I just made Kraft macaroni and cheese. I listened to the Know Nothing Show.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Record it on your phone. Send it to us. The Know Nothing Show or Know Nothing Boys, right?
Nothing Boys. Yeah.
Know Nothing Boys.
Right.
We switch gmail.com. Just send it to us. Yeah. We'll tweak.
Yeah. You heard it on the show, the previous one. We had a listener. It was, I think Cindy, wasn't it? Cindy did that one?
Yeah. She's in Canada.
It was great.
Right there. She said that I did see earlier. Let's track it all the way around. She said that when she goes to the mall, she uses the payphone.
Uh,
Canada. Okay.
yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah. Now, I was a little disappointed, Cindy, that there wasn't any A. I didn't hear any of that. And I thought for a second, we had a discussion whether or not we were going to play it. And I was like, I don't know. I guess I will let it slide this once. But I'm telling you, if you don't start buckling down, you're not going to get very far in life. Okay? I'm tired of your crap. Let's get it right. Come on. Come on.
I agree. You know, and when you go to the Moose Mall, okay.
Yeah. To get
And-
your moose?
Right.
Y'all got the moose here, eh?
That's right. You pick out that moose, like, I like that one packaged up. Okay. What's for dinner tonight? Moose ribs.
Moose. Oh, okay.
And we did discuss before what is plural for moose. It's not meese.
It's actually moose, which completely confuses me because I thought that I knew the English language, and I clearly do not.
Well, maybe it's Canadian.
Kennedy.
It's Canadian for some reason.
Yeah, maybe it's their fault.
So
Canada.
you would say, look in the field, look at all those mooses.
Yeah.
It'd be, look at all that moose.
Moose. Look at, because if you're saying, if there's one moose, you're saying, hey, look at that moose, and then 4 more show up, and you're like, wow, look at all that, look at all those moose. Okay, all right. Well,
I don't get it.
it's confusing.
You know, hopefully there isn't a test.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Because you can go from, I have a mouse, look at the mice.
See, simple. You know.
So if I have a moose, do I have a meese? It would be meese. That would be logical.
Well, you would think so, but no.
Which is the very reason why you and I belong on the next Star Trek.
Yeah,
It'd be logical. We could be our own characters on the ship.
we could be. We could be the ship. We could be the voice on the ship. We could be co-voices. Because you never know who you're going to get.
I do like that. And we could be part of the security team.
We could. I think we
So
could.
whenever Jean-Luc goes, security,
Right.
right there.
Right.
In those jumper suits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well endowed Jefferson. I think we're gonna have to back up, zoom out a little, boy, for those guys.
Ooh, that zoom is going to get tired.
If we're gonna shoot those two, we can't be in 70 millimeter. It's just not enough.
Ooh, we're going to need a bigger studio. Yes, you are. And a bigger ship.
And a little more green screen.
By a little, I mean a lot.
That's right. Wow, chicka, wow.
Wow.
The Know Nothing Show and Star Trek After Hours. That is just plain disgusting how we got there.
Gross. Appalled. I don't know.
And yet we get there each time.
Every time.
So Meghan Markle, do you have any thoughts on that? Getting back to that. I mean, do we care?
No, I mean, I don't think I care. I don't think that has anything to do with anything. I think it's something that she stumbled into, and good for her. Fantastic for her. That's amazing. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to last. Because she's not because she's an actress. The history of actors and actresses, marriage wise, are very short lived. There are very few that have a long lasting relationship. So I'm thinking that, and I unfortunately that's just how that is. So I'm kind of wondering how that would work out with her. I think she's what, 36 now. So
Is she 36?
Yeah.
So she's older than he is?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So she's going to be expected to drop some kids.
She may very well be, and she needs to hurry up if that's going to happen. Because
I dig Princess Kate. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm over there, I'll be like, "Hello, Princess. How are you? I got hair. Your husband doesn't."
Hello.
That's right. Hello.
Hello.
I'll be like, "You want us a Big Ben?" Right here.
I call him Big B.
Tick tock. Uh-huh.
And you might stutter, but Ben. What? How did
I'll
this
give you a
happen?
little bit of crumpet with that tea. Oh yeah. They were like, "What are you talking about?
What is happening right now? Well,
None of this makes sense, and yet it does."
it's complete sensical. Okay, it's awesome. It's good stuff. It's gold. Use it.
Well, she's not going to be any Princess Diana, and I really don't want to hear about Princess Diana because, let's face it,
Well,
her sister was dating her, and she just wanted to be queen. So whatever, I don't care.
yeah, whatever. It's fine. And
So I just saw that we're kind of out of time already.
We are.
Too well.
yeah, we're completely out of time. I was going to say something, but we're done. We can't do anything
Gotta
more.
save it for next week because that's going to be the Christmas show.
If I had a quarter for every time I heard that, save it for next week. Oh man,
That's
come on.
Here's a towel and a little baggie, a little
That's right.
plastic,
Just put it in the freezer. Okay.
a little Glad wrap.
All right.
Wrap it up. All right, for the rest of the crew, it is time for us to get out of here. Hey, you guys can tune in day or night. We are always here for you. Find us on Twitter. If you tweet to us, we will tweet back. Same on our Facebook page. If you've ever missed any episode, ever, you can go up on the internet, download the shows, or even find us on Facebook. Eric, always a pleasure.
Likewise.
Time for us to get out of here. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time on Know Nothing.